Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Small Talk on the Mats. Today's guest here I have is actually a personal trainer. He's pretty fucking badass here. So he is the founder of Soul Regiment and Soul Regiment Meals. He enjoys running, lifting, creating content, and helping others become the best version of themselves. He's a huge advocate for mental health, and he used to serve in the Guard too, same company as I, 1/200th. And he's also getting ready to become a father, which is pretty cool. So welcome to the fatherhood, man.
For sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tyrone Driscoll.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, bro?
Nothing much, man. Happy to be here. For
Yeah,
sure.
man. I'm excited to have you on, dude.
It's my first podcast, so this is
all
pretty
right.
exciting. So.
All right, man. Popping the cherry.
For sure.
That's it. Cool. All right, man. So I categorize my questions so that I'm not jumping all around. And so the first topic actually is your background and your roots.
Okay.
So to break the ice, man, what's one lesson growing up in Albuquerque that taught you? Well, let me rephrase this because this is a little confusing. What's one lesson growing up in Albuquerque taught you that still drives you today?
A lesson from growing up in Albuquerque?
Yeah.
Okay. So just a little bit about myself. I grew up in pretty much the ghetto, man. I grew up in a really rough side of town here in Albuquerque, born and raised. If I had to pick something that I've learned from it, I think just coming from that background, it builds like a sense of resilience in you.
Yeah.
I'm very blessed to come from the place that I came from because I've had the opportunity to see like the bad sides of the world. You know what I'm saying? As crazy as that sounds, I'm very thankful to have grown up in that neighborhood because it's taught me so much about myself.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. All right. So how did being raised by your mom and grandparents shape the man that you are now?
I had to grow up quick, man.
Yeah.
I had to grow up super quick. So I had my dad for a majority of my childhood.
Yeah.
But he worked a lot. So my dad worked like 3 jobs. Him and I had a bit of a falling out when I was about like 13.
Okay.
So after that, he pretty much, my dad told me that I was dead to him.
Okay.
So my grandparents raised me, my grandma, my grandpa, as well as my mom. So had to grow up quick, kind of had to be the man of the house at a very young age. But like I said, it taught me a lot. So
yeah, man. Yeah, growing up without a dad or like a father figure of any type, man, can lead to some scary statistics down the road, man.
For sure.
You can turn you to statistics. So
for sure,
to see what you've become today, man, is pretty. It should be fulfilling for you.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No, thank you.
What was the toughest moment from your upbringing that later became fuel for you today?
I would say, obviously, growing up without a dad. That's kind of like my whole mission with Soul Regiment now is trying to be some sort of a figure for young men.
Yeah.
But I would say growing up probably around like drugs and alcohol. I've never drank alcohol before. I don't do any drugs, like anything like that.
Yeah.
Just seeing what alcohol has done to people, my family included.
Yeah.
Grew up seeing lots of drug overdoses, alcohol addiction. I'd say that's probably the hardest thing.
Okay. Yeah. That's an accomplishment on its own, man, to stay away from all that stuff, dude. Especially in Albuquerque, bro.
For sure, yeah.
Props to you, dude.
Surrounded by it.
Props to you. Mm-hmm. When did you first realize you wanted more than the environment you grew up in?
You know what's crazy? I always knew that wasn't like... I think for a lot of people, you've heard of like the crab in the barrel mentality. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
I've never thought that way at all. So like growing up, I knew that wasn't normal. I don't know where that comes from.
Okay.
You want to call it God, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I knew that my situation wasn't normal, and I knew that there was opportunity for me to get outside of that.
Okay.
It sucks because you see a lot of people kind of fall victim to the system and just become another statistic, end up just like their parents or their grandparents, you know, and they never heal that generational trauma. But for me, I always knew, again, I don't know where it comes from, but I always knew that there was more for me. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I definitely think it's our generation, man, to break the generational curses, dude.
Yeah.
I think it is. It's they're relying on us, man. The future's relying on us.
No, for sure, yeah.
All right, man. So we'll jump into fitness and discipline.
Yeah.
What sparked your decision to start fitness at 17 years old, man?
So Initially, it was basketball. I grew up playing a ton of basketball. Growing up, I was the fat kid until I was about probably 15 or 16. Playing basketball, I ended up losing a bunch of weight.
Okay.
I grew up to I'm about like 5'11 now, so I was about 5'11, then I dropped down from 100, I was 205 my freshman year.
Oh, wow.
My senior year, I got down to 140.
Oh, shit.
But playing basketball at 140, I was pretty much skin and bones.
Yeah.
And I grew up playing, I don't know if you know where Cesar Chavez is.
Yeah, I know what it is.
So, like, that's like the international district now, the war zone.
Yeah.
So it's kind of rugged over there, and if you want to play in that kind of neighborhood, you gotta kind of be able to be strong, you know. So I was playing with the grown men, so I was like, I gotta start lifting weights.
Yeah.
And I started lifting weights, and ever since then, that kind of took over. So I stopped playing basketball, and it's just been strictly like the personal training and the lifting stuff now.
Okay. So, all right, man. Yeah. So basketball was your entryway, huh?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Okay. All right, so we'll jump into the Guard real quick. So how did the Army National Guard influence your mindset around discipline and structure?
Yeah, so I was in the infantry, 11 Bravo. That's probably like the hardest route I would say you can take.
Yeah.
As far as like an entry level job getting into the military.
Yeah, for sure.
For me, it was really easy, and I'm not trying to like get on here and brag or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But discipline has always been like instilled in me since I was young, so it was a very easy transition.
Yeah.
If anything, it made me more of who I already am, rather than having to like make that big adjustment that you see people have to make when they join the service or join like boot camp and stuff like that.
Yep.
So
around what age, if you don't mind me asking, did you join? Did you go to basic?
I enlisted at 17.
17?
Yeah, because my mom had to, I think she had to like help me sign for it or something like that.
Shit. Okay.
I was still in high school. I graduated at 17. Not because I'm smart, but just because my birthday falls
the way
in
it
June.
falls on the year.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I enlisted at 17 for the Guard. I think your enlistment starts the day you raise your hand to swear in. Right?
Yeah. So, right. Damn, 17, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, that's good that you had an advantage already from the way you've grown up joining basic, because I mean, you've seen it, dude. You go into basic with all these knuckleheads who have never experienced life, never experienced going out of home. Some are like spoon fed, like you can tell, man, and it's just like people drop like flies over there.
Yeah.
Either they get recycled or they just fucking quit. So a lot of the young kids, especially 17, 18, man, are just like entitled, man, and don't know what hard work is. So
for sure.
Yeah, you saying that, man, that's impressive, bro. 17 years old.
Yeah.
What's one mistake you made early in your personal training career that taught you the most?
A mistake I made. I would say at the beginning of my career, I kind of took on just about anybody. I don't know if I'd call it a mistake, but if I can go back, maybe I'll change it. I took on pretty much like any client that I could because I was hungry for like to grow my business. And that led me to work with a lot of people that either weren't disciplined or people that fell off right away. Personal training is hard, especially when you have a passion for it, because you end up I'm a lot more motivated for people than they are for themselves.
Yeah.
You know, so that was probably like the hardest adjustment and probably a mistake that I made.
Okay.
I don't know if you'd call that a mistake though, but
learning lesson. Yeah. I guess that's a good way to answer the question. So now, based off of that answer, how did you learn off of that and proceed with like choosing your clientele now?
Yeah, so I'm a lot more selective now. I'm blessed to kind of be in that position where I don't have to take on just about anybody. So I can tell right away. I can tell who's there for the right reasons. Personal training is hard too because I hate to say it, but women throw themselves at you as well. You know what I'm saying? So being a male personal trainer, or I'm sure even being a female personal trainer, you see people are there for the wrong reasons. So right away, you know, I can tell whether a female is there for the wrong reasons or a guy's there because he's there to make himself look good so he can be with a bunch of girls or whatever the case is.
I see. Okay.
You know, so try to just work with people who have genuine intentions and people that actually want better for themselves.
Okay. That's a good way to look at it, man. That's why I love having different types of guests here, man, because you guys explain a lot of things that we don't see or hear about, you know, like you open our eyes a little bit. So yeah, that's a good way to look at things. All right, so which one of these reveals more about who you are mentally, running or lifting?
Oh, that's tough. You know, right now I'd probably say running.
Okay.
It comes in waves. Lifting, I did the whole bodybuilder meathead thing for years.
Yeah.
Obviously, being in the Army, especially the infantry, you have to be able to move on your feet.
Yeah.
But I've never been good at running at all.
Okay.
Still, I wouldn't even call myself a good runner. I'm better than what I was.
Yeah.
I run because I hate it. That's literally the only reason why I run.
There you go, man.
So I'm a big believer, like, do the things that suck, do the things that you hate, because those are probably the things that are going to make you grow and make you better over time.
Exactly.
So to answer your question right now, I'd probably say running.
Running? All right, man. I like it. All right, so we'll go into spirituality and awakening.
Yeah.
All right, so what did your spiritual awakening in 2020 change about how you live day to day?
Yeah. So kind of talk about 2020 just in general, kind of what led to me finding myself spiritually.
Okay.
2020, my mom is an addict, recovering addict right now. She's sober. She'll probably watch this. She's doing amazing. Super proud of the woman that she's become.
Awesome.
But at the time, she was fighting her addiction, and just like everybody else, you know, I was going through that isolation period during the pandemic where you know, everything was shut down.
Yeah.
So my mom had actually, she was pronounced dead. Just crazy. Her heart stopped.
Oh, shit.
She had overdosed, and I walked in on it. Luckily, they were able to save her. She's alive, well now. That same week, so like within a week span, it's crazy. My mom had been pronounced dead, was in love with a girl. Her and I broke up. This is like high school sweetheart type thing, you know?
Yeah.
I got into a hit and run accident, and it was my birthday.
Fuck.
So this is all like a week or two. And then my mom had actually moved out to Texas with some family of ours, just to kind of get out of the Albuquerque scene.
Yeah.
So I had the place all to myself, and for the first time in my life, I pretty much had to like face everything with no one there because of the pandemic. So couldn't go to the gym, wasn't really working like that, couldn't go hang out with friends, couldn't run from my emotions anymore.
Yeah.
So that kind of led me to having, you know, my spiritual awakening. I was always super curious about like meditation, Buddhism, Hinduism, that kind of stuff. And one day I found myself driving up Central in San Mateo, ironically, through the war zone. And they have these Buddhist temples kind of around there. I don't know if you've ever seen them.
No, I haven't seen them out there, no.
Yeah, so they have this Buddhist temple, and I'm driving and I see it, and I'm like, you know what, maybe this is a sign.
Yeah.
So pull over into the Buddhist temple. I got my chain out, my wife beater on, and my do-rag looking sketchy. And I go knock on this Buddhist temple, and this nobody answers. So I'm kind of like looking through the window, seeing if anybody's there. I get back in my car, and this little monk comes out.
Oh,
and
shit.
he's like, "Can I help you?" And I got out of my car, and I told him, I was like, "You know what? I don't know why I'm here, but I feel like I'm supposed to be here right now."
Okay.
And he invited me in, taught me how to meditate, showed me like some books and stuff, showed me how like they pray to Buddha, all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
So kind of went off on a tangent, but that's kind of like how my spirituality started in 2020 and kind of what led me to be where I'm here.
That's impressive, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite the story, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I didn't know that. San Mateo and Central, you said, over there?
Yeah, I don't know if they're still there, but they have like two different Buddhist temples like in the war zone. So
that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that, dude. All right, so how do Christianity and Buddhism coexist in your belief system?
Yeah, so I follow more of like how do I say this? Like, at heart, I've always been a Christian. I have an older brother of mine. He's a huge Christian, He's always, sending me scripture. He's always been the person in my life to kind of like help me lead to that direction. I'm sure he'll watch this as well. And he's always told me, my family calls me Roni. So he always tells me, Roni, like at your heart, you're a Christian. And I always kind of like blew it off, like, yeah, like whatever. Like I said, I don't drink, I don't smoke. Been to probably like 3 parties in my whole life. I don't do none of that. So they've always told me, like, you already live a Christian lifestyle. You might as well like commit your life to Christ, pretty much. Start going to church, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I was definitely one of those people, actually up until more recently, where I thought like, the people that go to church, there's people that go to church and, they're at the club on Saturday, but they're at church on Sunday. So I allowed that to like lead me away from Christianity.
Okay.
Which is just me being my own judgmental self, that I probably shouldn't be.
I got you.
But like I said, 2020, started following more Buddhism, Hinduism, that kind of stuff. And then it led me to Christianity. So I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah,
but
that is, man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what spiritual practice keeps you grounded when life gets too chaotic for you?
I'd say meditation. Meditation and prayer. That's another way that those two things kind of align. They're very similar.
Yeah.
I'm a person that is very anxious. I hate being in front of a camera. I hate public speaking, hate meeting new people. So this whole thing is hard for me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just grounding techniques like deep breath, meditation, just not allowing your mind to take control and trying to stay in the present moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good techniques to have, man. I've tried meditation in the past. I've tried, I forgot the other word for it, but I mean, whatever works for you, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's got their own thing, and everybody's got their own unique journey, so.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't think there's like one best way to do it. Like people ask me like, how do you meditate? And they think like it's sitting there with your legs crossed.
Yeah.
Meditation looks different for everybody.
Yeah.
It could be running, it could be lifting, it could be laying on your back and practicing breathing techniques. It could be reading, it could be painting, it could be doing a podcast. Like whatever brings you peace, finding peace in that and repping it out. That's what I believe you should do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you mentioning, like, you don't do the whole camera stuff, public speaking. Like, and I feel you, bro, because I used to be the same way. And, sometimes I'm sure you've heard the saying, you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable,
Exactly.
right? So you breaking out of that bubble, man, that's a bonus for you, man. So
Yeah.
props to you again, dude. All right. So next topic is mental health and personal development. So why is men's mental health so personal to you?
I think because, kind of going back to my dad, I've never really had like a positive male role model in my life. Had my grandpa for years. He actually passed away this year. But I think never having a positive male role model in my life kind of led me to naturally want to be that.
Okay.
So find that strength in myself, heal that version of myself so that I can help somebody who may not have that male role model in their life as well.
Okay.
I think a lot of guys are fighting things and, being quiet about things that they probably shouldn't be. Yeah. Because they try to be too tough or because they think they have it all figured out. Yeah. Men are stubborn. Men are super stubborn. We don't know when to ask for help. Yeah. We don't know. We think that it's not okay to cry. It's not okay to have emotions. Society tells us that it's toxic masculinity. Yeah. But I would argue it's the exact opposite. I think the strongest man in the room is the guy that's able to control his emotions and the one that's in tune with his emotions. And that doesn't mean crying and whining all the time, but you got to have that balance, Okay. So
that's a unique way to see it, man. I like it.
Yeah.
What's a belief? Like, it's funny you just mentioned this. What's a belief about masculinity that you're actively trying to rewrite right now?
Yeah. So exactly that, man. I think you have to remember it's okay to have emotions. It's how you deal with them. So that's not suppressing your emotions. That doesn't mean lashing out. I have a pregnant girlfriend at home. Just because I'm going something, I shouldn't go home and take it out on her. Mm-hmm. But also I need to learn how to not suppress it and be okay with asking her for help as well when I need it.
Yeah.
Or asking my guy friends for help and talking to people rather than, it's kind of like death by 1,000 paper cuts. You push things down over and over and over again, and then eventually that's when you start seeing, guys who take their own life or guys who commit crimes and end up in prison for the rest of their life because they didn't address the problem at the root.
Yeah, okay. What's up, everybody? This podcast is brought to you and sponsored by the Rock Family Therapy. Not every battle is fought in combat. Some are fought in silence, in your head, in your home, or behind the mask you wear every day. At the Rock Family Therapy, they stand with those who fight to rise again. Veterans, first responders, parents, or anyone carrying the weight of trauma, loss, or stress. This isn't just talk therapy. It's rebuilding from the inside out. It's mental conditioning for life. A place to reset, refocus, and rise stronger. Whether your uniform is military, professional, or just the armor you put on to make it through the day. If you're ready to face what's been holding you back, they're ready for you. Call or text 505-336-0238 or email r.villy@therockfamilytherapy.com or visit therockfamilytherapy.com because warriors come in many forms and every warrior needs a rock. What's up, everybody? This podcast is sponsored and brought to you by Toehold. As you know, I've been a long-time customer and supporter of Toehold. I'll give you 3 reasons why I love this company. 1 is because they're huge supporters of veterans, law enforcement, and first responders. 2nd reason is because everything is American-made with integrity as it should be. And 3rd reason is because they have the best customer service that you'll ever receive with timely responses. Now, their main focus is flip-flops that'll last you a lifetime, but they also sell caps, shirts, rash guards, wallets, you name it. One of my favorite ethically sourced exotic leathers here is Murder Hippo flip-flops. We got stingray, elephant, crocodile, and if you don't want an exotic leather, you got different options on vegetable tan leather with stamps and colors. And going to the wallets here, we got zebra, we got stingray, we got John Wayne style minimalist wallet, and then going to the key fobs. So guys, go show your support. You have so many options with different exotic leathers. Go show your support for AG and Toehold. Tell them I sent you. Thank you. Peace out. How do you pull yourself out of a mental low when motivation disappears for you?
Anybody watching this, motivation it's make-believe. That doesn't exist at all. I think people see me and they kind of view me as this perfect person. I'm a personal trainer. I don't drink. I don't smoke. So people always tell me things like, oh, it must be nice. Or you wouldn't understand kind of where I come from because you don't do the stuff that I do. But that's where the discipline side of things, like you said, kind of kicks in. Like, you don't think I've ever been curious to do the things that you do, like smoke or drink, or you don't think I want to go eat bad food? Like, I want to do all those things as well.
Yeah.
But I'm a big believer in delayed gratification. I think that majority of things that feel good fast feel good in the moment.
Yeah.
It gives you that quick dopamine rush. But then there's no longevity behind it, if that makes sense,
Yeah, for sure.
So anything worthwhile, it takes time. It's kind of like you got to choose your hard. It's really hard to go out with your family. Everyone's eating pizza, everyone's eating burgers, and you pull out your chicken and rice. That's really hard.
Yeah, dude.
But taking your shirt off and looking in the mirror and being upset with who's looking back with you is a lot harder to me.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, man, it is. I think, and I'm sure if anybody knows this, it's you, but all that works in the kitchen, man. Like,
for sure. Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, chicken and rice.
It's the hardest part. But you can enjoy your. That doesn't mean you have to and I say chicken and rice, but if any of you guys look at my social media, get creative with your meals as well. That's the people's misconception with dieting, which I hate even call it dieting because you should just be eating healthy as a responsible adult.
Right.
But you don't have to eat chicken and rice for the rest of your life. Find a way to enjoy your food. It takes time to cook, but it also takes time to go sit in a drive-thru as well.
Yeah, dude. So. Yeah. No, it's especially what they have in food today, man. It's fucking nasty, bro. All right, let's see where we at. All right. So what daily habit has had the biggest impact on your personal growth?
Do I gotta limit it to just one?
No, man.
No?
No, you could throw whatever you want out there.
Okay. I would say exercise, daily movement, as well as, like I mentioned, something simple like eating. I think you got to have, 3 daily wins. You got to have a mental win, a physical win throughout the day, and a spiritual win, So your brain is going to crave whatever you give it first thing in the morning. So if you get up in the morning and you give it social media, if you give it caffeine, if you give it a donut, your brain's going to crave that quick dopamine throughout the rest of the day. So like I said, everything goes back to delayed gratification. So, if you get up and exercise or get up and make yourself some breakfast, that's going to, those little wins stack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you're kind of just robotic with it. And then, you start your day making breakfast, and then you end up having your lunch, and then you get your workout in, and then you go to bed on time. And then you just kind of get in that, what I call flow state.
Yeah. Okay. Impressive.
Yeah.
All right. So next topic here, purpose, legacy, and we're jumping to Soul Regiment. What problem were you trying to solve when you founded Soul Regiment?
That's a good question. Just guys being lonely. I think especially here in town, there isn't a lot of we have, and I'll shout them out later, but shout out to the run clubs here in town and stuff like that. Those are great ways for people to do productive things away from meeting people at the club or at the bar.
For sure.
But they're co-ed, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's men and women there. I think it's a great place for them. But I saw that and I thought, there's nothing like that for just guys. If you get, and I'm sure I've seen you do jiu-jitsu. If you do co-ed jiu-jitsu, and it's not that the women can't compete, the women are great at it themselves. But if you have a room full of guys, just guys versus a room full of women and men, it's just a different atmosphere.
Yes.
And I saw that being in the infantry as well, because it's pretty much just men. I probably met one chick in the infantry my whole life.
Yeah.
So really just trying to solve men not having a productive place to be men and not be judged by society trying to tell them that being a man today is toxic.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fucking badass, dude.
Yeah.
All right. How do you define a quote unquote strong man today?
Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, I think a man who is in control of his emotions, but is aware of his emotions. I think a guy, I'm very traditional. So how you can perform physically, how you can provide for your family. That isn't providing for your family or providing for a woman in your life, or being a man doesn't mean aggression and how much money you can bring to the table. It's, how can you support people emotionally? How can you defend your family physically? Are you in shape? Can you lead a family spiritually? Are you getting your family closer to God? And it doesn't have to be a Christian God if that's not your thing, but if you don't believe in something other than yourself, then you're going to develop a very selfish mentality,
Yeah.
So to answer your question, I think just a guy who is in line spiritually, in shape physically, and in shape mentally.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So becoming a father, what legacy do you want your child to inherit from you?
I would say discipline. I think discipline is the root to everything that will bring you success in life. And without it, it's the root and the downfall to every person in society. I think that everything comes down to whether you're disciplined to make the right decision or the wrong decision. I don't believe that there's this destiny for people to fail in life. I don't think I don't think that people are I don't know. born racist or born killers or born to be in poverty. You know, you might come from a harder background. You might come from, you know, a place where you weren't dealt the best cards, but through discipline, maybe you don't end up where this person is because they had a kickstart to life, but that also doesn't mean that you end up, you know, another statistic. So I would hopefully say discipline.
Yeah, man. I think that's the most important piece too. I agree 100% with you on that one.
Yeah.
5 years from now, what do you want Soul Regiment to represent to men worldwide?
I would say change. like change for, like I said, mental, physical, and spiritual. We've had, since I started it, we had people who have never ran before in their lives, people who don't really train that hard. We had a guy, I think he couldn't even run. I'll shout him out. His name's Arpan. I don't think Arpan's one of my clients as well. But I don't think Arpan could have ran a mile in under 12 minutes. And I remember he came to Soul Regiment. 3 months later, he was able to run, I think he knocked down a mile in like 8 minutes and 30 seconds. That's a big difference coming from someone who couldn't run a mile without stopping. And since even recently, he just ran a half marathon. Oh, nice. You know, so just change. We've had so many different people change. We have, I would say I'm kind of like a mentor to him. He's this kid, he has autism, and he's part of the group, you know. Okay. And he's someone that he'd never worked out in his life or anything like that. He was actually a client of mine as well.
That's cool, man.
Same thing with him. He couldn't run a mile without stopping. Since then, he just ran a 7:20 mile the other day. Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, if I can just help people change, like, hopefully I can spark change in one person and they do it for the next person and they do it to the next person, and hopefully someone starts a bigger men's group and a better men's group. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So this question I didn't schedule, but how does it feel knowing that you're impacting people's lives, man, like positively?
I could die today and be a happy man. That's literally all that I care to live for. I've always had this great sense of like need to like feel responsible to help people. Yeah. I think that's probably partially why I wanted to join the Army, why I want to be a personal trainer, why I've always wanted to be a dad. I just like the idea of responsibility, and just being able to help people. That's what all this is about to me. You know, I've had great people in my life who have mentored me or helped me and then pass that information down. And like I said, hopefully that just keeps a domino effect. Okay.
Fantastic, man. I love it. All right, cool, man. So we reached the rapid fire questions, man. All right, let's hear it. All right, cool, man. Let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 questions for you, okay? Morning or night workouts?
Morning.
Morning.
For sure, morning.
All right. Well, this one, I don't know why the fuck I scheduled this question, man, but I already know it. Discipline or motivation?
Discipline, for sure, yeah.
Yeah,
you'll be more disciplined. You'll be more motivated if you stay disciplined. Yeah. Like, I don't know if the rapid fire questions supposed to be fast.
Yeah. No. You could elaborate if you want. That's fine.
You'll be more motivated to do the things that you're setting out to do, like using something simple like the gym. You'll be more motivated to do that if you stay disciplined enough to see progress. Yeah. Like if you're working out 2 times a week, or I don't know, 2 times every week, you're not going to see much progress from it. So you're not going to have motivation. Mm-hmm. But if you're hitting the gym 5 days a week, 4 days a week, you're coming from, I don't know, your goal is to lose 50 pounds. You look in the mirror and every single week you're seeing your body change. That's where the motivation comes in. Mm-hmm. As you see, it becomes an addiction in a sense. Like you're like, okay, well, I'll use our pawn again for an example. That friend of mine, you know, he couldn't run a mile at all. And then he ran a mile and he's like, wow, that felt good. Mm-hmm. I wonder if I can run 3. I wonder if I can run 5. And you get to 5 and you're like, damn, I ran 5 and I never thought I could run 1. What happens if I do 10? What happens if I do a half marathon, you know? Yeah. So.
That's crazy, man. All right. Silence or music?
In general, or like when I'm working out?
When you're working out.
You know, you know what I listen to when I work out these days is like meditation music.
Okay.
It's the weirdest thing. Like, it's kind of like white noise. So I want to say music, but it's like silent music. I used to be big into like, I listen to like rap, hip hop. I see you got like the corn tattoo. Like, yeah. I grew up around heavy metal. So like some of my favorite bands, Slipknot, Blink-182, Korn, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff that I used to like love to work out to, like just hit it hard. But now I straight up listen to just like meditation music, and that's it. When I work out, when I lift, that's it.
That's interesting, man.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's really, really weird.
So where do you go to for that? Like Spotify or YouTube or?
Apple Music, that's what I use.
Okay.
Or sometimes like I'll play loops on YouTube. Like I'll just put up like a meditational music hour loop. That's what I'll look up.
Okay.
And it just plays it for an hour, and I'll just go outside and I call it entering. I'll tell my girlfriend, I'm like, I'm gonna go enter the shadow realm.
Yeah.
And I just go out there and just listen to meditation music and just run.
That's cool.
It's weird. It's really weird.
That's a first for me, man. Yeah. But that's pretty cool. I like it. Books or podcasts?
I'll say books.
Books?
Yeah, I'm a big collector of books.
Okay.
Yeah. Something about just having like a physical form of it. I also think that my attention span sucks, so reading helps me kind of like stay grounded, you know?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Calm or intensity?
Calm.
Yeah.
I saw this thing recently. You have two different types of athletes, it said that you have people that like have to get real hyped up before they do something.
Yeah.
And then you have people that kind of just like calm before they go like to war or to battle.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua.
I didn't watch that one, man. No.
If you guys watch Jake Paul, he's big on meditation. I don't really care too much for the guy, but he calms himself and he meditates before he goes out to box. Before he goes out into that big crowd. So to answer your question, I say calm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do remember the Tyson fight when they're showing, they show him backstage and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I saw him like just chilling on the couch, just on his phone and shit.
Yeah, he just kind of relaxes. A lot of people, they gotta like hype themselves up, and I'm a believer, like, you got to calm your nervous system, and then you make better decisions. You're more clear-headed. So. Yeah.
No, I like that, too. I agree with you in the calm side, man. Because I see sometimes, I'll use jiu-jitsu as an example, man. I see some guys just fucking slapping themselves and just fucking slapping their body and going out there, and then they get fucking tapped out in, like, 30 seconds. I'm like, bro, that was hype, dude.
Exactly.
Like, but, yeah, I'm with you on that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Teaching or learning?
Ooh. That's hard. That's a tough one. I would say teaching. Teaching, but you got to learn. You got to be the student before you can be the teacher, you know?
Yeah.
So right now in my life, I would say being a teacher.
Okay.
But being a young man, I think you should always be a sponge. So always be in a position to learn.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's a contradiction, because even as you're teaching, you're still learning too.
Exactly,
man.
yeah.
It's like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Like, sometimes like being a personal trainer, for example, like I've learned so much about people by teaching people, if that makes any sense at all. And I've learned so much about myself just being a teacher.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Strength or resilience?
I'd say resilience.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think strength comes in bursts.
Yeah.
Resilience is longevity.
Yes.
So.
All right, last one, bro. Legacy or success?
Legacy. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw something recently. They said the people that get rich fast, there's a difference between the people that get rich right away, and there's the people that get rich later on in life. So getting rich when you're young versus getting rich, later on in life. So just to kind of further that point, like, I believe in delayed gratification and finding that longevity in things. And chances are, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. And if you're being rewarded for something too quickly, you're not going to understand how to appreciate it and how to take care of that thing.
Yeah, man. A lot of shit you said today, man. I agree with you 100%. So that was my last question, bro. It's open mic for you now. Like I said, if there's something that we didn't talk about that you want to specifically mention, right now is the chance to do it. Yeah, open mic for you, man.
Okay. I'll give some shout outs to some people here in Albuquerque. I'll say, first of all, shout out to Soul Fitness. That is the gym that I train at. That's the place I've been at pretty much as far as I've been a personal trainer. I've been a personal trainer for full-time about 5 years now.
Okay.
If you include part-time, then probably like 7 to 8 years. So shout out to Soul Fitness, owners of that gym, good friends of mine. Suyun and Monique, those are great friends of mine. Suyun's like a brother to me, and great mentor of mine as well. I'll say shout out to ABQ Run Club. If you're ever looking for that kind of positive environment, people to meet, but you don't want to be doing any nonsense like smoking, drinking, you can go check out one of their run clubs. Peak Sports Nutrition, great nutrition shop here in town. That's where I get all my supplements from. I'm trying to think of who else. I'll say shout out to Nate. You had Nate on the podcast.
Yeah.
Nate's kind of like my little business partner, man. We're building something special. So he's a big helper behind the whole Soul Regiment thing, behind anything that I do. You know, him and I are constantly, we probably text every single day before we post anything. We'll kind of like send it to each other and like, check this out, or, you know, we'll both trying to work on getting comfortable in front of the camera. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
I think his Instagram name is like the Nate Rubio or something like that. And then I'll shout out myself, give my account. All my social media handles are literally just I'm Tyrone. That's my handle. I don't know if you've seen those videos.
Yeah.
That's where I got it from.
Yeah, okay.
The I'm Tyrone guy.
Yeah.
So that's been my account name since I was like in high school.
It's cool, man.
So
hey, there you go, man.
Yeah.
It works, dude. It works. Cool. Yeah. You jumped the gun on that when I was going to say throw your plugs in for your social media where they can follow you and stuff, but you just threw that out. I don't think there's anything else that I have to ask. Let's see. So you got your shout outs, your mentions, your plugs. I think that's it, man.
Well, shout out Mackenzie, right?
Yeah.
She's the one that kind of...
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
She's the one that recommended you.
Yeah, so I'll say shout out to her. Thank you for putting my name out there, helping me grow my platform and kind of grow in what I feel passionate about. So, you know what's funny is I don't think I've ever met her in person.
Oh, really?
No, so we kind of... And that's the cool thing about social media is you can just kind of like... If it wasn't for social media, I wouldn't be here right now meeting you.
Yeah.
But you can kind of market yourself and find like-minded people. So shout out to her. Occasionally, her and I go to the same gym, and we've never ran into each other. Liberty Gym. Shout out to Liberty Gym. That's where this whole fitness thing for me started.
Okay.
I think she attends that gym every now and then. I don't want to put her personal information out there, but she posts it. So
yeah,
I don't think she's trying to hide it either. So.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah, shout out Mackenzie, man.
Yeah,
she's cool people. Cool, man. Yeah. So that was it for me. I don't have any more questions. You threw out what you've needed to. So yeah, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed another episode of Small Talk on the Mats here with Tyrone, man. And yeah, I hope you guys take some good stuff out of this, some good education out of this, some good knowledge. I mean, you're a very cool person, man. I know this is our first time meeting, but just that's why I like different types of people on the podcast, because I like to learn about, you know, the positive mindset people, like the people that are go-getters, the people that just have no excuses, zero tolerance for bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the kind of people that I like to have on this platform. And at the same time, I want to get you guys exposed, right? I want to put the spotlight on you guys to get yourself out there so you can spread your message throughout, you know, not only through New Mexico, man, but hopefully it gets as far as other countries, dude, because I don't know if you saw these stats that I threw out a couple episodes ago, but I was this podcast, and by all means, I'm not like the biggest platform right now, but like I'm hitting other countries, you know what I mean?
It's important, yeah.
So to get you guys out there too, man, see other people viewing you is huge for me. Like I'm here to help local people here in New Mexico too. So
no, and I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you having me on the platform, giving me the place to kind of speak and let me be myself. And you're doing a great thing too, man. So I hope things keep blowing up for you. And you know, although you might not be where you want to be yet, but the fact that you're reaching other people the way that you are, other countries, you know.
Yeah.
I always say right place at the right time. Right place at the right time, right play at the right time. All it takes is one video. All it takes is, you know, you shake the right hand, you make the right piece of content, and then it blows up from there. So I think you're doing a great job.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah.
All right, man. Cool, guys. Well, until next time, man, we'll see you guys on another episode of Small Talk on the Mats. Peace out. Later, guys.